Welcome back.
Yeah.
You gonna interrupt my intro like that? You wanna do the intro, Shannon?
Sure.
Go ahead.
What do I say?
Whatever.
What's up?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Group Chat. I'm your host Shannon Boodram, and today
You the
I-
host.
I know the host.
All right, guys, welcome back to Group Chat. If you guys are tuned in Wednesday, which you should have been. If you're not, what are you doing? We back here with Shannon Boodram in the same fits. You know what I'm saying?
Big booty.
Answer. Oh, it's different
It's a
this
different
time.
one this time.
Can't move my waist like that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's just everybody. There we go. That's good.
I think I turned off my mic.
All right, so if you weren't here on Wednesday, I'll give you guys a little run up. We asked you guys to send us some questions as Booty, as Julian, as me and Jay. I hope we have some good advice. I hope I'm not giving you guys some shitty advice.
I think it was solid. I think Wednesday was a good day.
Yeah, and you guys don't have to listen to us. Like, apply it to your life. Every situation is gonna be different. A lot of the questions you guys are asking us, you guys aren't really specific, which is fine. But just know we're trying to answer according to.
We're working with what we got.
You gotta be confident with the
Yeah,
advice that
like-
you're giving.
No, I'm
Like,
giving confident advice,
We
but
didn't
like.
tell anyone to do drugs.
No, I know, but like sometimes there may be more information to the background story. Like the other guy was not saying like how he's shy and he's nervous.
It's good
or
advice,
say,
man.
you know
We
what
give
I'm
him good advice.
I agree with you.
Give him good advice. See, there's a lot of two versus
Whatever.
two.
All right, so I'm gonna get into this question where, cause I thought this was a good ass question behind my wires real quick, so y'all can't see my wires. All right, listen up,
I'm
man.
looking at my wires now.
I'd love for you guys to discuss how to regain yourself after a betrayal / switch up, romantic and friendship. Just experienced a breakup of each, both serious, happened at the same time, and didn't get real closure from either. And finding it extremely hard to find closure for myself, move on, and also regain trust. Feel like I'm either living life at a distance or with intense insecurity when I try to open up to new people, and it's really holding me back. If y'all been through some shit, how do you let it go?
Oh, what a question.
I've been through that.
Question.
Have you been through that? Something like that?
Similar, yes.
Me too.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I always say, I don't like how people take their past experiences and apply it to like starting off a new relationship with like negatively because of their past relationship. I believe that everyone deserves a new slate. You two have no history together or whatever.
It's hard
I
though.
feel like you have to.
No, I know it's harder
It's
than
hard.
it's easier said than done, obviously.
for
But
sure.
honestly, I think you're just like shooting yourself in the foot when you just enter a new relationship, super sour, super insecure. You know, what I'm
I think
saying,
it's-
whether friendship or romantic relationship.
I feel like y'all got to know how to enter it because you should enter it
Yeah, that's what I
learning
said.
the lessons that you learned, but not coming into it like poisoning that same relationship with like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just understanding how to apply what you learned. It's almost like school. Like when you get a project and shit, you got to apply what you learned instead of like, I didn't know that to that shit.
Yeah, I was like, where's he going with
I
this?
think like your experiences are like really valuable. I wouldn't like not like move them forward, but it's understanding your experience, I think, and not letting it. Shit, it's hard to say because you're gonna move forward with it regardless, but I guess not make it. Shit, I don't know.
You gotta understand, cause I mean, like I
Shit.
made the mistake of like carrying old shit from my old relationship to my new relationship, and I'm just like, yo, like it's not. You can see it like right
not
away.
fair.
You know what I mean? It's not fair. One, and it's just like, it's not fair for her, and it's not fair for yourself because it's like you're bringing back old problems, but like again and reliving that. You know what I mean? So.
I think you gotta be smarter than your biology. So like when you have a negative thing happen to you, like you know what your parents complain that like you only remember the bad stuff, you don't remember all the good stuff I did for you. It's because like your brain is trained to like categorize traumatic things or dangerous things so you don't repeat it. So if, for example, you were attacked by a dog, you like manifest like, oh, dogs are dangerous, and you would think all dogs are dangerous. But a smart person or an evolved person or a mature person would say, okay, well that dog, I ran from it, maybe I was throwing sticks at it, or it was an untrained dog, so it's not all dogs are scary, it's dogs in X environment. So you have to do that with a relationship. You can't be like, oh, loving someone is scary or trust is scary. It's that, okay, here were the warning signs surrounding this experience I don't want to repeat. So you gotta narrow it down a lot. So you probably do have a valid experience from your past relationship, but if you keep it broad, it'll mess you up in the future. If you keep it specific, where it's like, yeah, when someone tells me off the top, like they don't want a relationship, then I invest all these things in them and they're investing in me, but we haven't changed the terms, that probably isn't a safe situation because they can always just go back and say, well, I told you 6 months ago, and we never had the talk since then. So there's a small lesson you gotta really pull out. And I think closure has like this really crazy reputation for being a team sport, where it's like we do it together. But if we had the kind of relationship where we could talk about our problems sensibly, understand each other, we probably wouldn't have broke up. So most of the time closure happens on your own terms as you find that like micro lesson. It's not usually that person being like, I was a dickhead, I'm super sorry, here's what I should have done differently, because you guys would have stayed together.
I like talking to Shannon because a lot of times, like, my response is just,
Have you ever had closure from a relationship where you guys did it super maturely and you were like, man, they admitted what they did wrong, I admitted what I did wrong, and we leave this as better people feeling really, really healed and good about it?
Yo, low-key, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
like, right away.
I didn't
or, like,
accept it, but it was
feels
what it
better.
was.
It just makes it made me feel a lot better.
I didn't accept the truth, but she did do that, though. Like, she told me what it was.
Yeah. I don't
Like-
think I've ever had that.
Right away or after?
Mine was after. You know mine was after.
I don't think I've had that. Like,
But
I feel like I just found
but that's-
closure myself, and then when it came to that time, like, too long, I don't give a fuck anymore.
But that's closure in general. That's like
That's
that's
what
not
I'm
what
talking
that's not
about
what she's
myself.
talking about though, right? Like that's not like the together mature closure.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that was
saying.
like when you're by yourself.
I found it by
Yeah.
myself, and like, I'm like, I don't fucking need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had it together after.
Immediately after, or like a year later?
Nah, yeah, like almost like a year later. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like this person's probably like in the moment going through it and like feeling that residual pain and not understanding it, and they're expecting the other person to give that to them. Maybe you will get it a year later. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't care by the time you get it.
I wouldn't count on it though.
I wouldn't count on it.
I'm gonna ask you a personal question. This is something I wanted to ask you before. Me and Julian were talking about it. I'm pretty sure we brought it up in group chat. I can't remember. But do you think having really good friends on both sides of a relationship is important to a relationship? Like, do you think it plays a part? I'll just give you a little background behind the story. Like, me and Julian were talking, just saying how, like, when we're in a relationship, I obviously have, like, some really good friends. And Dre may be my brother, but it's like, we can go to him for advice and whatnot. And I have a good circle. Yeah, you too. You're in it, but you're not really in it because, like, I go to them. It's you're there.
You say you're in it, but you're not.
You're there. But I can go to like Julian or Jermaine or whoever it may be for like advice, and they kind of play that comfort role for me. So do you think that let's just say my girlfriend having also like really good friends to talk to, you think that helps our relationship?
100%. Love, I believe in like a 4-pronged system, which is agape love, which is just like, I'm pronouncing this crazy, but it's a love for self. Like it's a general, almost like a God, like I love this Fiji water.
Fiji, actually.
Yeah, Fiji.
Actually, like,
Actually, the electrodes
Yeah.
in
Like,
Fiji
Don't you
water
feel
is
smarter
nice.
drinking Fiji water?
Yeah, I don't
If
know.
you didn't drink yours, you'd be able to.
I took
pronounce
this
it.
out of the fridge maybe, I'm not even gonna lie to you, 45 minutes ago, still cold.
feel?
Yeah.
Shit.
Shannon,
I
get
wanna
a
feel
feel.
too.
cold
I'm
as hell.
Frostbite, don't watch out.
room temperature, actually.
Shannon.
Now you're just not playing along.
No, I'm
We're
sorry.
trying to get a fucking deal here.
Okay, it's really, really, really chilly. So agape water is
Can you say that again?
Fiji water is, I love Fiji water.
Can you look into that,
I
Cameron?
love Fiji water, which is an example of agape love because it's a general love for all things, a respect for all things, a love for self. And then there's phileo love, which is like a friend love. Like I pick you and I love you, you're my homie. And then storge is like a family love. And then eros, which is the romantic. So I think to have a good romantic love, you gotta have all those things. And then you're like, oh, it's an easy extension of how to love someone romantically because I have these relationships, 1. And then 2, I don't feel like desperately clinging to my romantic relationship because I'm fulfilled in other areas. So I don't think you have to have great friends.
That's exactly
per
what
se,
we were saying.
But I do think, even a family member, but
Yeah.
someone that you choose who gives you great advice that like you feel
That's
fulfilled
something you
by.
can go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just kind of wanted like your part and seeing what you're saying, just because me and him were talking about it, I'm like, yeah.
I feel like the clingy thing has a lot to do with the clingy aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because like if you only feel attached to one person, like that's like your entire life, you know? Like I can be cool not seeing my significant other and be like okay with Jermaine and Sharon, like chilling with them for like days on end and be okay. But if you don't have that, it's kind of like you're always like pressing towards your partner. And say they do have that where they want to be with those other people, but you know, you're really clingy and attached because that's all you have. It makes it
I mean, a lot of young people now who moved abroad for school,
I said Brampton, sorry.
stayed in that area, got like a small apartment to themselves, finished school, and now they're in like this new city. They don't know anybody, and they have like a social media job at home alone. And then they're like obsessed with their partner. They're like, I don't get it. Like I just like, and he doesn't call me enough. They don't text me enough. And it's like, you don't have anything else though. You know, your family's not there. You don't really have a job where you go socialize with people.
Yeah.
Like, of course you're like obsessed with this person. So.
It's a lot of pressure on that person.
Bro, it just goes
too.
downhill from there, bro.
Yeah,
it's just too much to deal with.
It's like a lot of stress, and you got to start worrying about what you do because it's gonna put the other person in a bad like position or sad. I don't know. Yeah.
I think friends are
Get good
important.
friends.
A lot of times I just see, like, kind of where the question came from, I see a lot of people just saying, like, yo, fuck friends, I just need my partner. I'm like, yo, I think you need friends, and I think she needs friends too, or he needs friends, just because it plays an important part.
Do you think that, some people are like, the relationship should just be between you and me? We shouldn't be telling other people our business. Do you agree with that?
No, because, like, your friends can provide you with some great advice. Obviously, like respect her wishes or his wishes. Like if he or she doesn't want you telling your friends like certain things, then respect that. But just know that it can help. You know what I mean? And I'm not to say you're ignorant, but like to say like don't tell them anything. But you may do something wrong where like if I do something wrong, I tell Julian like, yo, like this will happen. This is my story. There's a lot of times it'll be like, yo, you're kind of wilding, and I'll be like, yo, how?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like fighting towards it, but then listen to him talk and knowing that he's out of my situation, but hearing it, you know what I mean?
It's like a filter. Like I can talk to you guys about my feelings and like break it down to like me figuring out how I really feel, and then take that to my significant other, instead of coming at him or her with like all of this, like be it anger or be it frustration. Like let me talk it out, and then come at you with like a filtered response, and like not watered down, but just a more refined response, and it could, like might
you're
be
talking
better.
about,
Yeah.
which direction you're going into. Yeah. My dad does that a lot too. Like you talk to all of us before approaching a problem. Like let's say he has a problem with my sister. Like she's doing some bullshit, whatever. Yo, Jermaine Trevon, man, listen to this. Like a half-hour conversation. He tells me, yo, am I crazy? He has a small problem where like he'll ask me and then I tell him and then he like denies what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, what's the point of asking me? But like he's on the right track.
Yeah.
And the next day it might sink in, but in the moment,
you gotta.
But
let
usually
it
he usually does come back and say, you know what? You thought about what you said.
Yeah, you're right, man.
And I try to go that way, but she's mad. Fuck you, man. Another good question here, Trey. When you going to hoop in Vegas, you ducking me, son?
Ooh. Who's that from? Is that a name?
Anthony Carvalho. Carvalho.
Why would you ask me that?
Bro, didn't we play in Vegas? You ducked it. He ducked it. Anthony ducked it. We played in Vegas,
Anthony
didn't
ducked
we?
it? Did y'all play in Vegas?
Did we play in Vegas? Nah,
I
we
think it
didn't
might
play.
be ducky. You look a little.
You look nervous.
Is he great?
Maybe. Because in Vegas, it's hot outside. You know what I mean? They're used to sweat.
Bro, you Trey Bryant.
Balling
Come on, dog. You
24/7.
can't be scared.
I'm Trey Bryant, you right. Pull up on, fuck it. I'm ducking that. Because I had a lot of fans pull up on me and like beat me. I didn't really like it. So I stopped playing them. I stopped challenging them.
So confirmed he's ducking.
Hey, 100% duck.
All right, here we go. This is from Anonymous. Give her a name. Ovio. My last relationship. He challenged my opinions. I respected his ideas and learned a lot from him. But at the end of the day, our differences were irrevocable.
Irreconcilable?
Y'all never seen this word before?
I've never seen it.
Irrevocable.
Irrevocable?
Irrevocable.
Irrevocable. I don't think it's irrevocable.
Irrevocable. Yeah.
We'll see. Something to sustain a long-term relationship. For example, Muslim versus atheist, different intimacy demands, etc. My current relationship, totally on the same page, agrees with all of my views, outlooks with respect to morals and religion. In my first relationship, I was annoyed when he disagreed, but maybe low-key liked it and thought I wanted someone like my current guy. But now I'm bored out of my mind since he's so agreeable. Thoughts? To what extent is agreement and challenging views a good thing? I know it aids growth, but looking way into the future, wouldn't you want someone who shares the same views as you so it's easier to raise children, etc.?
Agreeableness is the number one trait that predicts long-term relationship success. So you should look for, and agreeable doesn't mean like yes, yes, yes. It just means that when you say something, someone is likely to be like, oh, like that sounds interesting. And like you suggest a food place, like, okay, let's do that. Versus someone who's like, no, my way. But conflict is good, conflict is healthy. And then sex also relies on a bit of tension. A lot of things rely on a slight bit of tension. So agreeableness is important because you want to be able to come together to the same page, but you do have to have those moments of contention. Maybe her partner is just like a people pleaser, and the need to please, as Oprah says, is a disease, and that could be something he has to work on. A lot of people think that nice means not having a perspective. So it's just unlikely that two people have all the same thoughts. Usually it's that one person is like laying down their beliefs to support the other.
I feel like you kind of need to like love people who are kind of like hard to love. I saw that in a video. But I feel like you kind of need like, I feel like there's benefit in choosing someone that's harder to love than someone who's easier to love.
No, disagree.
Why is
80-20 is the ratio. 80% you get along, that's an actual proven ratio. 80% of the time you guys get along and cool, 20% healthy conflict. So 99-1 would not be good, but 50-50 is not good either, or 20-80 is definitely a mess.
So, question for y'all: Can you reread the part where she was saying comparing the two? Like
In their first relationship, I was annoyed when he disagreed, but maybe low-key liked it and thought I wanted someone like my current guy, but now I'm bored out of my mind since he's so agreeable. Thoughts? To what extent is a disagreement and challenging views a good thing? I know it aids growth, but looking way into the future, wouldn't you want someone who shares the same views as you so it's easier to raise children?
right there. Like, do you think that it's her kind of just comparing the two, and like just saying, "Oh, my last relationship was this"? Like, do you think, okay, not to say like she shouldn't compare the two and just be happy with what she has, like, because it sounds like one's less problematic than the other. You know what I mean? Like with the other guy, always like kind of just, it sounds like he doesn't really agree with everything. He'll kind of give his points and whatnot. Do you think that's just?
But you need to do that. It's like the whole Goldilocks thing. One bed was too hard, the next one was too soft. And she found that's just right. So like you kind of have to have that. Just because you had one extreme doesn't mean that you need the other extreme.
But this
I
one
think
could
she
be
experienced both extremes.
I
though.
feel like you
Right.
need the
extremely.
I feel like she can make one work.
I feel like you need the contention. Like you need that healthy dose of contention in your relationship. That's what I kind of meant by someone who's harder to love. Like just there's some form of contention where it's like it's not a yes man, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like it just gets boring to it. Like just.
I thought you were saying like you need someone who needs like who's like pushes you away when you
Oh
wanna
no
love.
no.
And you
Like,
gotta be like, I love you,
no,
girl.
no.
Come here, I love you.
No, something that gives you like the contention in your relationship. It just
I need
makes
some debates. I need some little.
Yeah, I need to talk to you, and obviously not like fight on every single thing because that's just.
It's 80-20. I think
Yeah,
like a little kick of it. That's the thing. I feel like she has two extremes, but I
little
think the
sass.
person who's overly nice and like never disagrees is an easier one to fix than the person who's you have nothing in common with. Because this guy, she probably has to be like, look, like I need to know how you really feel about things. And it's possible, but it's very improbable that everything I think you agree with. Every restaurant I want to go with, that's exactly the one that you want to go on. So even though you feel like you're doing it to like for us to get along, I appreciate that. But I do need to feel a little bit of, so I can grow from that.
I got 2 questions for you. Pawanjeet, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Pawanjeet wants to know if women prefer the flap in or the flap out.
Wait, what?
Pawanjeet wants to know if women prefer the flap in or flap out.
Like the do flap or
do flap.
Oh, the do flap.
What other flap would it be?
I don't know. I was talking about flap.
I like in.
Coochie flaps or something. I don't know.
I like in, but I like out for maybe bedtime.
Out for
Do flap
bedtime.
out? Nah, but it gets
in
caught in your
public.
shoulders
Yeah.
and then you
Then it
sleep in
looks like hair.
When you're
kinda
sleeping, you need it
luxurious.
rolled up. You need it tucked in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is my go-to right now.
Watch that voice,
That's what I'm
boy.
doing. Nah, we all right.
Let me see. Yeah,
This
that's
is
how
my
you like.
go-to, yeah.
I think it's personal
Call it the
preference though.
50.
Yeah.
Everyone has a personal preference.
Personal preference, all right? Second question. Can y'all ask Dear Shannon about this? What is it that, this is a good one. What is it that makes the hunt so intriguing that when you get the catch, you kind of don't want it no more? He also asked, we keep the @name hidden because his family may be watching and he wants them to think of him as a wholesome man. So we'll keep the @name hidden.
You got a wholesome son over there, man.
You wholesome, son.
I think that there's like an inherent desire that we all, I mean, the human condition, the reason why we are in the society that we're in right now is that we always want more. Like the iPhone that we currently have is never enough. The building that we have that's the tallest. Remember when the CN Tower was the tallest building? And they took it away from us?
Fucking Dubai, man.
So
I was
think,
actually cheese, my bad, sorry.
yeah, me too.
I remember the day
Yeah,
I was
I
in
had a
class,
little
like,
bit of,
oh,
like-
they built the Burj Dubai, taller than the CN Tower. Like,
Yeah, that's all we had.
disrespecting, man.
Yeah, man. But now we have the lights, which I think they have lights too,
Lights?
actually.
Yeah, I think probably have more
I
lights.
think they got like fireworks.
Oh, yeah, they got a
and
lot
of
shit,
lights,
fountains
yeah.
that
Yeah.
shoot up to
Yeah, they got a
that
lot
make
of
it
shit.
see but fuck.
Yeah, it probably has like a essential oil thing that like spurts from the top and like sprays the whole
Yeah.
city and makes
What
it
killed me
cool.
is that the fact that they said that they have room to build more if anyone tries to ramp with them.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, so they can go higher.
Yeah.
We should have done that
Bro,
too.
it's like this skinny on the top. What are you talking about?
Why can't we just,
Just
get
build like a long ass antenna,
Yeah,
just
man.
skinny, just
Yeah.
like a car antenna, just whenever someone builds it. So y'all wanna fuck around.
Okay, so we solved that problem.
So that's it?
No, I think
That's
I mean
You can never get it down, though.
What was the question
You know,
again?
It's just basically what makes the hunt like
Stuck on the CN
okay, hold on,
Tower.
let me read it again.
Okay, the hunt thing.
The hunt, yeah.
Yeah, so the human condition, we naturally always want more, and it's a catch-22. One, because we never really feel truly content. We always want something different, but you have to just tell yourself, happiness is about having what you want, not getting. Happiness is about wanting what you have, not having what you want. So you have to be like, I have enough. Like, there's a time that your cracked iPhone screen for
Come on.
you.
Hey, they can't see that.
Hey,
I know, but
You
like
gotta
you're
bring it
with
big.
it. you decided that it's okay, it's enough for me.
He complains about this shit every day. I need
Even
a
though,
fucking phone.
yeah, you might think about it, but you're still with it. So
You need a new phone, man.
you gotta just recognize the human condition inside of yourself, and then know when it's an actual desire that you have, or it's an annoying human thing of like, I need better, when in actuality, your cracked iPhone is just fine.
Okay.
Be happy with your iPhone at Anonymous.
You're just walking around, I can't even imagine walking around without protection. That to me is like
Yeah,
having
that's not
sex
safe.
with a stranger without a condom on.
This is like living life on the edge, man.
I need a OtterBox, I need the case, yeah.
Fuck that. Because it's
That's
like
why
when I
your
pull
stuff
out
is
my
cracked.
pocket, my whole pocket comes out. You know
inside
what I'm
out and
saying?
shit.
Nah,
you
like,
gotta,
That's why you need
you can
to
get
have
subtle
the
ones,
case.
like you can get
Look,
good,
the
like,
thing is, look,
It's all good.
it's all good. End of the day. I
not
want to
all
ask
good.
this question because when I was talking to this person in the DMs, I also gotta hide the @ name. They really wanted me to ask this, so go ahead and ask this. First off, is it okay to say hoe on the show?
They said it. I don't know.
I ain't say this shit. Don't get mad at me. My man here wants to know, does everyone go through a hoe phase? I've dated a lot in my lifetime, and I'm with a girl now who only had 2 boyfriends, including me. Loves me deeply, but she's leaving for school. That's maybe 3-4 hours away. Not too far, but the problem is she swear up and down that stuff doesn't really go through her head, and all that he can think about is it's a matter of time. Am I wrong?
Hopefully she doesn't watch GroupChat. That's a very specific. Like you know you're being talked about if she heard that. But all right.
She drives 2 hours to school.
Man, she drive her
Start
license
thinking
plate
about her
is
commute
Yeah.
and shit.
Always wear that purple shirt.
Keep
All
it on
right,
the low
so
though.
by raise of hands here, who went through a hoe phase?
Can we describe
Like,
hoe
what's a
phase?
hoe phase?
I went through a period of time when I just discovered I was good looking. Like when I was around like 16 years old, I had not been attractive or desired at all. And when I turned that age, for whatever reason, people were like, oh. And then I was like just talking to enough people. I remember one caravan, I collected like 12 phone numbers. It was a really exciting time for me.
Oh yeah,
so
see, like for
I
me, I was
never-
always
I've-
like a shy
I've
youth.
never
and I was
waddled.
always-
Yeah, never.
I never really had like a whole phase. Even when I found out like I was sweet and I like kind of started losing weight, and I'm like, okay, girls are like talking to me now. Like I went through a phase where like, girls weren't talking to me, then girls were talking to me. I found it was too much for me. Like I found like I was uncomfortable. Like if like 20 girls were like talking to me, it was like I didn't want to talk to 20 girls. You know what I mean? Like I was always that type of guy to like just try and find one. Like I wanted just one.
Bro,
you know
I
what
see
mean?
like my virgins my guys were like wilding out, just like numbers, like
BBMs.
10 girl
and,
text them,
yeah.
CM time.
Became
like, it
a
was
competition
too
at a
much,
certain
bro.
point.
Yeah,
With
it
a lot
was
of our
like-
friends, it became a competition.
Yeah,
I
no, it
think.
just wasn't. That never really was my thing. It's just like whatever.
Really
It's
a
like
hoe phase.
especially like yeah, no, it just wasn't really my thing.
I have like a friend of mine whom I've known for a long time. They just got famous like last year. And they had a very late hoe phase, but I was happy for them because I'm like, I know your whole life you've struggled and now you're in a position of like complete opulence, and I think that's okay for you to have this space. So I guess to answer the question, not everyone wants it, even if they have the choice.
That's what I told him.
Oh shit.
Wait, what'd you say?
Not everyone wants it because you guys had the choice, and you, even though I think everyone does go through that transition phase of like, I'm not desired to I am desired, and I hope everyone does get that experience at least once in their life because it's, you know, it's nice. Then you relax and yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing I would say is different though is like guys kind of approach girls more than girls approach guys. So like
Yeah.
on my part, like I didn't want to take on the job of like, yo, ma, let me holler at you.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
do this.
I think it's easy for a girl to take on that role. Sure, guys are so pushy and forward.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
didn't like being.
Yeah. I don't know. I think in his case, like he has to understand that not everyone's like that, and she may be happy with what she has, which is you. But I wouldn't really bring that up as a problem in your relationship and like kind of bring that up to her because she may find it disrespectful because she's showing you all the signs like, yo, son, I just want you, and you're over here saying like, yo, I'm worried she's gonna go through this
Yeah,
phase.
you could
like,
be wasting time
wasting
and
your
fucking
time
making
and
yourself feel
stressing for
terrible
no
for no
reason.
reason. Because if it's really not going on and you're sitting there worried about it, you're worrying about some shit that's not even real, man.
I feel like it's more of a him issue as opposed to like her, you know?
Yeah. I feel a lot of times that's what it is.
Feel a
in
little more
relationship.
secure with himself, a little more secure with his relationship.
Yeah, it's a fact. You gonna be good, boy.
Okay, so Anonymous asks, hello, my love. Okay, so I've never orgasmed during sex with a guy. I have a history of abuse, so my sex life has been stifled. Now I want to embrace my sexuality, but nothing seems to work. I try and love my partner or past lovers because I'm single now, but it is hard for me to love and trust a man because of past trauma. I see my body and sex in general as a bad thing. Please help, I just want to be normal.
This is a therapy question, 100%. And this is something that might take some time to unpack. I don't think that this is something that you can just get a quick answer, quick fix
It's
answer.
okay.
Thank you.
Have some Fiji water.
Okay.
Yeah. Fiji water
I don't
tends
think
to.
it's a quick fix. I think you got to just go and do the work, talk to someone consistently. If you don't have a plan that allows you to get free therapy, maybe if you are religious, there may be a pastor, someone you can confide in, or a mentor, but give yourself the time and energy to get it right. And start with yourself. Start with self-pleasure on your own pace. And whenever you feel uncomfortable, stop. If you have a partner, I mean, I'd apply the same technique. Just do whatever feels good. When it stops feeling good, stop. But ultimately, you need to talk to someone consistently and deserve it, because you deserve that help.
Yeah. I definitely can't speak on that. I won't pretend like I can. So there you go. Last one I got here is I am a 23-year-old and I am a virgin. When people find out, they're very shocked. I'm just kind of highlighting the important parts. When a guy finds out I'm a virgin, they often distance themselves from me, and it's like everything's changed. I dislike telling guys that I'm a virgin because maybe I dislike the stereotypes associated with being a virgin. For example, being goody-goody, sexually ignorant, clingy, and immature, all of which I'm not. Why is it that men distance themselves from girls when they find out she's a virgin? Is being a virgin a turnoff? Having relationships not based on sex is an advantage because we get to know each other on a deeper level. I want to wait until I'm married. I'm gonna wait until marriage because it's then I know that the guy is truly committed to me, as he went through a lot to make this happen.
I don't really like the fact that she groups men as like, oh, why do men run away from this type shit?
It's a fair stereotype, though.
Is it? It
I say
can
like
be, but,
especially
I
at
just feel
23
like
years old, I could definitely see that.
Guys being like that.
Not all. Not
Okay,
obviously
so speak for
every single
yourselves.
guy.
If you met someone and said they were a virgin, how would that change your feelings or interactions toward them?
It wouldn't. You're just a virgin, okay. I don't
know.
change anything.
I guess it's like case by case. I can't just sit here and say that. Okay, as soon as I hear that you're a virgin, I'm running away. I really don't know. Depends on the situation specifically. Our interaction together and like
Depends.
I feel like if there's problems coming from you being a virgin, like maybe you're too, like I'm trying to give like an example, like because you're a virgin, like you don't want to like maybe kissing is too much for you or something like that, and I really like kissing, and I'm like, all right, you know what I mean, like certain problems stem from that, then I'll be like, all right, you know, this is like too much for me.
I definitely would say it'd be a challenge though.
I feel like every issue she's saying as far as stereotypes of being a virgin, clingy, this, that, and the next, I feel like that can happen with anybody, virgin or not virgin. So I mean, you know?
I think again it goes back to all in how you bring it up. And on top of that too, it's kind of a need to know basis thing. Like I wouldn't be like, hey, I'm Shan and I give great head. Like I would, conceal that until it was like, oh, it's an appropriate time to reveal that. So I think as a virgin, people feel the need to be like, hey, I'm so-and-so and I'm a virgin, just so you know. And then it kind of creates this space of like, oh, you've made this like roadblock, where really it's like, you don't have to reveal that until the time is appropriate, one. And then number two, I think it's just like, it's how you say it. It's all, if it comes across really like stern and uncomfortable, but if it's more like, this is how I want to celebrate myself, and I'm like, really want to get to know you on a deep level, so this is an opportunity for us to do more talking, but here are, like my shirt says, just to let you know, I'm not looking for much else other than kissing tonight. So you put it out there, whatever it is, like maybe it's not sex, but maybe you really love making out or you love something else. So it just feels like the store is closed, where it's not what you're saying. You're just saying, oh, you can't come into the back section. So just change the verbiage to make it a bit more fun and inviting, but ultimately don't feel like you have to tell every single person that until it becomes their business.
I don't think it's a problem. I think it's just like your case and like your situation. Like this, like I'm pretty sure there's a guy, I know for a fact there's a guy out there that's going to be okay with that. And in fact, there's probably a guy out there that has the same case and he's excited for it, you know what I mean? So I feel like you shouldn't make it like, oh, this is a problem and I feel so like one way, I feel this way about it, because it could be a good case and like for another guy that just comes around.
Yeah, so you might be bringing
way.
it up where it sounds like, okay, there's a problem, like this is like a bad, like a negative thing.
What about her point to her saying that she's gonna wait for marriage because she knows that it'll be like, it'll be worth it at that point. I disagree with her at that point. How do you guys feel about it?
To be honest, I can't speak on it because like that's a personal thing.
No, on a general, because it's a feeling that a lot of people have.
But I don't feel that way, so like I can't.
That's what I'm saying.
She's
like,
saying having a relationship based on sex is an advantage because we get to know each other on a deeper level.
Like, how do you feel?
Well,
about
I feel like sex brings two people closer. Like it really tightens up a relationship, and it makes you learn stuff about that person that you never, you could probably learn a different way, but it's just like sex kind of brings it out. And I feel like you gotta learn to like communicate. You gotta learn to like talk and understand what they like and try new things that they like. And puts you out of your comfort zone and brings you guys closer. So I definitely feel like it's important. But again, you can grab that comfort and learn about them like in different ways. Like maybe they don't like their toast that burnt, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they like a lot of butter, you know what I'm saying? And like you gotta learn to communicate on how she wants her eggs cooked, how she wants her bacon cooked, you know what I'm saying? So like you can definitely get it different ways, but sex brings you guys together.
Y'all can still do like sexy back rubs and shit.
Yeah, I think that what's dope about what you just said is that like that's the thing. I think people get caught up in a lot of things is like this is the better way. Like well, we get to know each other more this way. It's like maybe for you, sex is a way to learn about someone. Maybe for her, it's through abstaining because once she starts having sex with someone, she gets confused emotionally, is less likely to be a good partner in that way. So let's stop trying to pretend that like this is the best way because it's all case by case.
Yeah. Shit, let's close it up, man. Group chat. I hope we answer all you guys' questions. I know there's a lot more. Probably just didn't like them shits. Probably. I don't know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shannon Boodram, thank you for coming back to Toronto and not forgetting your roots.
Y'all make sure y'all go on Facebook Watch and check out Makeup.
Check that show out.
And we gotta do a part 2. The video I did with you guys that was talking about like your sex lives is one of my. I still watch it. It's hilarious to me. I love it. So
I gotta watch it back again.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, you told me we weren't shooting that day, and then again there, we're shooting. I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Oh no, Jermaine didn't tell me that. For 100%, I didn't know we were shooting that day.
You were talking to her. I didn't.
That was you.
That was me.
When we went to that, it was Jermaine. I did not
remember you had a good burrito.
But I should do it again though because it just like
funny.
It came out great. So yeah. So thank you guys. I can't wait to have you on my channel again. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Fiji water.
For the wonderful water.
Fiji water is just.
I finished my water.
I finished it.
I wanted to preserve it. Now I get to enjoy it while you guys are.
How about we go buy a whole case?
Let's go.
Come on.
Hey, so shout out to 4 y'all. I'm so proud of you guys, even though I don't know you personally, but I feel like I've watched you guys since Can You Relate? Like, you guys are so funny, and I hope you guys just continue being great and no pressure, but I haven't had a skit in like 5 years, so please come through. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.